Videos, pictures. Yeah, we're going in this one first. Oh, the room. Wow. I'm sorry that I was expecting that. However,
nice.
they're not going to be done by the time the Q&A starts at this rate, so I thought I'd bring you up. Who's never been here before?
I've been here but not upstairs.
Oh really? Okay, so
I've been watching the videos.
so everyone, the first thing everyone says is, "Oh my God, it looks so different," which it does. Normally at night, these rooms are pitch black, so when you see people sat there, it really is dark. And if you've got equipment out and stuff, obviously the light from the equipment will give them a little bit of lighting. Don't know if anyone's clocked in the wardrobe.
Yeah, I knew that. I saw a wardrobe, I knew that won't be sleep room.
Yeah. So for some reason, like with Billy and Sarah, sort of the known children in this building that we get a lot of activity responses to, they don't tend to really be in many other areas, but when people are in that wardrobe, they do get Billy quite a lot. The REMs go off, K2s go off. The story of there was a Reverend, it's not even a story, it's fact, we've got the documents, I think it's 1936, Reverend Jones passed away in this building. So we wonder if he's the clergyman that has been seen and sort of heard from in this room. You've probably seen, if you've watched the show, the curtain there, this sort of little veil bit at the end of the bed, moved quite significantly. The other one didn't, the ones at the window didn't. Again, just something else that's one of the many things in this building that's absolutely unexplained. Again, we're always very careful to just block that. But it's very difficult to say absolutely paranormal, but we do try to find reasons. Yeah, especially noises. They'll look at all the other cameras in the building to see if the kitchen have slammed something down, someone slammed the toilet door, and a lot of the times they can't find what has happened. This is probably one of the more quiet rooms. I'll take you into room 2, which I hate, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Number 1, number 2 is.
Yeah, make sure
you take a video. Sorry about going to die soon. Go and have a look in there.
What was in there? A little like room.
Essentially, don't know what it's capable of,
Thank
so
you.
don't really yeah, watch your head on this beam as you're coming in. Just watch this beam.
Yeah. Wow. It's very dark now.
I hate this room, I'll just start off by saying that. The amount of stuff in this room that we have had. I will just turn this bathroom light off and show you that this room...
I'll just sit down on this chair. Sorry.
Yeah, have a seat.
My legs are down.
So just turn your lights off a second, you'll see this room is just...
Oh.
And there's a little light on and it's daytime and this room's just... But we've had actually captured on camera a lady saying welcome or whispering welcome when we've been in this room. I've been sat on this bed and I've asked something to scare Gibbsy because I am determined to make that man jump. Or he's like Harry and he just sort of looks, everyone else jumps and the feet leave the floor.
Yeah, right, it's a funny.
Right, so that does the most hilarious reactions. Although Danny's come in a close second at the moment. So I'd asked if something could scare Gibbsy, and it was as if something had punched this wall here. It was so loud. Again, there was no one in room 1. They checked, it was empty. So how can something bang on that wall when there was nothing in the bathroom, nothing in the room next door?
What does that mean?
It's Latin and I can't remember.
Wow.
We'll have to Google that one.
Yeah, Google it.
Well, we can't get signal in it anyway.
No, that's it. It's hard. But yeah, if you've taken a picture of it, Google it and let me know. But yeah, this room, a lot of people don't like this one.
I don't like the dog room.
You don't like the number 5? I don't mind that, but I think it's
I
the
think the
upside down
clown.
crosses and the figure on the wall makes it a little bit more.
Is there windows there?
There is a window there,
Okay.
yeah. This is the front of the building, so
Okay.
that faces the main road.
Yeah.
Obviously, in every single room, you've got the IR cameras, yeah,
Right above you.
which record everything, like everything. We got someone with clogs with lights on dancing the other week, which was brilliant. They've got a quiet period. They'd had a really good night. They've got a quiet period and decided to entertain themselves. They just dancing with clogs on, which was brilliant. But yeah, this room, the amount of noises from this room is unbelievable. It's a creepy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The other phenomena in this room is when you normally when guests come in, you have to sort of sit and try and stay still somewhere.
Yeah.
But like someone walking in the corridor past the door, and you come and check and there's no one in the corridor.
Yeah.
And it happens quite a lot. The same up to number 5 as well.
Yeah. That's the one that I don't really like because it's the clown.
Yeah, no, I get that. People don't like the clowns, do they?
I'm scared of clowns.
Yeah.
I still go in there.
We have guests that come and they say, I'll sleep anyway, I just don't buy.
When you stay over, do you stay in these rooms? Do you
They
get
move
to
you
choose
around.
it to choose a room, or you move around
If you
your
have a
life?
preference for a room, you will get to choose. If it's a room of 2, it'll be 1, 2, 3 or 4.
Okay.
If it's a room of 3, it'll be 5 or 6.
Okay.
As long as I don't get a clown.
Stay in the camera.
Room 3, thank you.
Oh, go. Sorry, I'm slowing you away, aren't I?
This room makes people feel dizzy and sick.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like when I walked in.
Oh, yeah?
Mirrors. The other thing and the other theory behind it is that these wooden beams here are from ships. So whether that
Seasickness.
has had something to do with it. Yeah, the first time I came in, I didn't even face the mirrors. I was facing this way, and I literally thought I was going to fall over and I'd sit on the
It's
bed.
me, I walked in, I was like, well.
Yeah, it really. I mean, Brett's done a great job for disorientating people
Yes.
when they come in. It's like, yeah.
I didn't like it. I was
weird.
all weird when I walked through the door.
There's the black mirror. People
Oh,
do
I know the black
scrying.
mirror.
Yeah, people do scrying in that
I remember
mirror
the
and
live for that one.
get results from it. I don't know if anyone's seen the last VHX episode
No,
where
it has over 8 weeks,
I
yeah.
think it was myself and a guest who's
Sorry.
come on her own, and it was literally like someone put
Mirror.
like this on the door to try and like open it.
Sorry.
Which was really weird. But a lot of people don't come in this room. Has anyone seen the episode with Mark from PSI where he gets his shirt pulled right where you're standing?
No.
I've seen that actually. I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, so and you see it because of where the camera is here in this room, you see it in that mirror, so you can see there's nothing behind him, he's not caught on anything, and you see the
That's what I like about the mirrors, because you can see everywhere.
Yeah, it can definitely play tricks on
I was
you.
never the black mirror.
No.
I never that one.
I think it's like any light or shadows or anything that moves, you sort of see it multiple times, and it's you've never seen something. But there's definitely been activity in this room, but there's not. People don't come in here that much. You know, people are free to sort of roam when they do their investigations.
Just go in every single room. That'd be the point.
Oh yeah, exactly.
What happened to that mirror?
Yeah. Well,
This
no,
mirror?
no, there's one. Wasn't there one
Oh,
there?
one there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if Brett
Fell
didn't
off the
secure it
wall?
properly and it fell. So let's get rid of it.
He probably got you 7 years brand
Either or knowing Brett, he might have gone to put one there and done the thing for it around, and then thought, actually, no, it's not going to work, and moved it and put it somewhere else. There's also
It
that's
just
an
looks
option.
odd now.
Yeah,
I'll have to
Well,
ask him that one.
looks creepy.
it does, doesn't
That's
it?
the trick.
He's done a,
I just
he's
hope
done
he
a
didn't
good
break
job.
it.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of the rooms. But yeah, I think people need to be in here and investigate in here a little bit more, because it gets left alone.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
why
going
I
in
hope
every
we
single
get-
room. It's the whole point of doing it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell why he's making it here today. Because it's very creepy. Where we walk is creepy.
Yeah, this is the thing where you know that someone's
Ah, this
knocked,
is the storage room.
they can't possibly come and creep
Right.
up on you and knock on the door because you would hear them and
Yeah.
you would see them.
Really stuff.
We've been in here and we've heard like almost a child running up towards this top end of the corridor. In this room was where the sword was found that's downstairs above the bar.
I knew that the minute I looked up.
Yeah, so it's not that one.
No.
It's the one that's above the bar downstairs that was found just where you're stood. That dates back to 1645. There's obviously, Danny's had his metal detector against this wall. I think there might be something behind this wall. Dan's been up in the attic. And
See
then
the
the
boxes.
not the box, no, it's where it looks like there potentially is another sword
Yeah, see
in the gap
Oh.
there. We don't know, but obviously we're gonna find out. Dan's going back in the attic when his throat's better.
Big magnets drag it up.
Yeah, exactly. This is it. We just need to find a way of doing it. But again, so the other week, I don't know if any of you are in the fan group, myself and Claire, who created the group, and Darren, who's an admin on the group, we were in this room. We were just sat down, just chatting, and there was a massive bang bang on this wardrobe. Darren army rolls across the bed, practically pushes me and Claire out of the way to try and get out of the room.
No, I remember what you were on about, the army rolls.
Oh, he's trying to switch the light on. I'm like, the light doesn't work, Dad. Like, stop.
Because what you said about it in the chat, and you was like, what?
Honestly, we were in fits for ages, and the lads downstairs were laughing their heads off. This room, again, it can either be all or nothing. So it's either just deathly silent, feels really chilled, nothing much going on, or you get something absolutely spectacular. The one thing that, I mean, I don't know if you know about with Gibbsy, he came for me just to visit because he wasn't interested in the paranormal. I've loved it for ages. And the first night we came was the episode with Alexander in this room with the K2, and it was so intelligent, it was just weird. Since then he was hooked, and obviously now he's a member of the team. And he probably, well no, he doesn't love it more than me. I still love it more, so no. But this room is, I think because of that experience, is one of my favourites. And also it's the comfiest if you want to stay overnight. I would.
Yeah, I like bed.
Yeah, it's freezing in winter because it's the corner of the building.
Yeah.
But it is, it's definitely one of my favourite rooms.
Has anything ever happened when someone's sleeping in the beds?
Yeah, it does. However, I think because if something happens, most people will leave the cameras on and they're fine for it to be on.
But
Rest
some people
assured-
turn them off.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to sit through hours of someone snoring. Like, it's hard enough and hard enough going through the footage that we get each week, let alone with something like if someone's just twitched in their sleep and it's like, you know, we're not bothered, we're not going to look back at that. However, people sometimes will report something and they will say, oh, it happened probably between 3 or 4.
And then you go back to that.
An hour's footage to look through is a lot when we've got lots of other things to be looking at as well. People don't tend to be of that, you know, they're not really compass mentis if they've just been woken up by something, so they don't remember to screenshot their phone for the time, because if we have an exact time it's brilliant and we can go, right, okay. The most common thing I think is probably 6, and again that corridor down to 6.
Why would you
during
come
the
here to
night.
sleep?
I
This is the
was
point.
actually just staying the whole night.
Although I am contemplating tonight, because I've been up since 6 this morning, I won't be getting home until 3 in the morning tomorrow morning. So I'm thinking I might, if there is a bed, or even if there's not, I might just say I need to have a sleep before I go home. Because an hour's drive home, so I wouldn't be here if I didn't love it now. And we've done like quite a lot of investigations for this place.
My
Yes, yeah.
west room's coming out.
Yeah,
Oh, this is the room I don't like.
Room 5.
infamous doll.
I don't like clown. Oh,
Only broke me neck.
is anyone going to test it?
Oh, I want to
It's
stay in this room.
the clown. I don't like the clown.
I love it.
Anyone going to test the
So-
raffles?
If you ignore the fact. You said the job I was talking, because you know what that gets me every single time.
I'm just waiting for the dog to off
I
now.
normally end up like 6 foot in the air, and I get mad at myself because I should know better. So although this room has got all the dolls and clowns and stuff like that in, actually no one tends to ever really get a bad feeling in here, because this room obviously is notorious for Billy and Sarah, the children.
It's just
So-
I don't like clowns.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I mean, there are some creepy dolls. I think the creepiest thing is the doll's head there with the
Yes.
light above
Yeah,
the
I
head.
love that. Horrible.
When
Go
that's
look at that
on,
doll over there.
it looks really creepy. Obviously the doll in that corner that likes to
I want
just
someone to jump up
throw
and down
herself
to see
off.
who would fall off.
Yeah.
We've tried it, we moved her into room 7. I think she didn't fall as often, she did
The one I
fall,
just
however.
recently was when someone put it on there and it fell.
Yes, and the
I'm still
music
catching
box
up.
doll's gone off on there. I think the most interesting part for me was obviously the team thought that doll was something that had an attachment. However, when they moved it, the doll that was in its place was the one that fell off.
Yeah.
So is it that area rather than the doll?
Yeah. Is this the one where the baby was crying?
We've had baby crying in 3, we've had a baby crying in here, we've had a baby crying in the bottle area.
Wow.
And it is all very similar. Like we've listened to them both on TikTok and it is such a similar cry. We tried to see if it was exactly a year apart or if, if there was any correlation. We just we can't find it. We don't know if hot weather is better, we don't know if a full moon works, we don't know if there's storm, it's trying to find. I wish we had the formula to say, when it's these conditions, we are going to get paranormal activity. But it just doesn't work that way. Gibbsy and I have tried to recreate something a year to the day, to the time, to the situation, to the people in the room to get the same thing and nothing. And it's like, oh my God, it's so infuriating. But again, I think that's why it gets you hooked, because you just end up with more questions than answers. And that's what keeps you coming back and finding out more history of the building and finding out actually who were the people that were here and the families that lived here and the activities that took place here. So it's definitely this wall, by the way, you've seen on VHX, those who have it, that's where the void is, where the box is. So we figured out.
I need to go for it.
Oh, it's brilliant. Honestly, I think we figured out from what they were saying, it's about here, this sort of area, from where Dan was looking down up in the attic. So again, that box with the maybe potential letters, old letters that look like they're on top of the box. We need to try and get those and get that box open and see what's in there. Which will be a bloody brilliant episode, and I'm making sure I am here for it because I want to see what's
I
happening.
absolutely love this one.
Do you? Do you just feel like?
I'm actually not getting freaked out now by these clowns.
Did I say it's
That's a
not?
fact.
I think this room
It seems more
plays
calm.
Nice.
This is the.
I don't find it scary at all. Like I just find it mesmerising, like
Yeah.
interesting. I don't
I like
know.
the horse.
I would
I
find
want
it
the
scary
horse
if I
to
was in here
move.
all night.
No. This is the last episode you'll see Dan and Brett talking about something knocking on the nun's box. This is the nun's box. It's just, I think Grace was originally going to go in there.
Oh,
Have you had lots of activity from Grace since she moved it here?
Initially, yeah, the last couple of months, she's been really quiet. The odd bit, we had scratching on the wall when we were in there last week. But as for, the guttural sounds that she makes,
was
the
in
distinctive
Tatton.
voice that she has.
yeah, we met in Tatton.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She freaked me out.
That
a
was
few
my
times.
first ever experience because I was very much like, no, this isn't.
And
I
she
did
met
believe in
Grace.
it. And I came out there like shaking and shivering, but it was amazing.
She was good.
It was really good.
The smell
I went
sometimes
5 times
in
in
that
the end.
room is just, it gets you to the point where you think, I am going to throw up. It is that bad, it hits the back of your throat. But then you'll go up 10 minutes later because you'll say to the team like, oh my God, me and Dan have just been up there and it absolutely stinks, we have to come out. And they'll go up and go, it doesn't smell. And we'll go in and go, how does that work?
Yeah,
She wants you out.
Yeah, she doesn't like me. She just ignores me. I keep trying to talk to her. What's surname and stuff. She just
Yeah.
ignores me.
Always trying to ask her name.
She doesn't like me.
Thank you.
Right. Oh. Thanks, Dr. Oh, this is the training you do. Right. Where are we? Sorry, we get
Out of
with
bounds.
Thank you.
That step there.
Yeah.
See it?
Yep, I already fell down it.
That other step.
Can I try the rocking chair out?
Is that everybody? Yeah.
Can I try the rocking chair out?
Of course you can, yeah, just leave Sharon.
I've
Affectionately
been
called her.
watching the videos and it's like everyone sits in it and like, I'm going to try it out now.
Yeah, you go for it, make yourself comfortable.
And there's the books.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to try it.
This room, again, recently there's been, when Jazz from Afterlife there, she'd seen a shadow, but there was two other people in the room. One of them was Brett, who also saw it just pass right, as if there wasn't a bed here, pass right through the middle of the room. When the kitchen is below, so when the kitchen is closed, at like 7 o'clock, depending on the day, 9 o'clock if it's weekend, when the kitchen is closed, you get very little noise contamination in this room from anywhere else. The only place really is room 5. Room 5's over there in comparison to where we are now.
Yeah.
And if someone's in 5 knocking, you will hear it really clearly in here. But again, that's the beauty of the cameras, because the lads will look, they'll go, actually, there is someone and they've just knocked in 5, 2 knocks, yes, that's what we heard, right, okay. So you know straight away it's done. However, this room has produced amazing things. The whisper of Heidi that Harry heard from his mobile phone when he was stood in that corner recording out this way. Multiple things from Heidi. The vision we see, that white sort of thing that sweeps up. If you look outside, you'll be able to see that there is no way. There's like a wall there on the roof. So when you actually see it in context of what was seen,
That's right, there's a rocking chair.
it's like nothing could have moved that way. You know, even if people was like, oh, it's a carrier bag, or Brett had tried chucking carrier bags past, and it doesn't look the same. And the way it moved, it was almost like there used to be stairs there. We've had things with, like, we put the viewing box on top of the chest and we said, can you move it? And it might be like 20 minutes, I think, passed. But it's alright, but it flipped off the chest while we're sat in here. So this room for me is
Didn't
just...
someone first move it the first time and then everyone wanted to move it in the end?
Yeah, we moved it. So that was when we were guests, we didn't work here. Then
So
I
watched that episode recently.
Oh, have you?
When it was first moved, I was like, oh.
yeah, like, that's a good idea, let's move it.
Everyone
Obviously,
just started doing it
the
after that
episode
one.
with the dogs was brilliant, with the dog that chewed the ace, isn't it? But yeah, this room has been quiet for me personally. We've had a voice in here not that long ago, a lady's voice, we couldn't tell what she said. But again, people will come in and experience different things. You know, room 6 for one group might be a really active night, but then someone else comes in and just nothing. What we've also discovered is that if you're in a group and you're calling out and one person will get a response to calling out, someone else might jump on that and go, so are you male or female? And nothing. You go back to the original person that was calling out and you'll get the responses again. So you've really got to pay attention to who is getting the responses, and if it's not you, you have to shut up. It's like literally just like, no, you go, I want to see what happens. You keep talking, it's fine. But yeah, this room, this is one of my favourites. We've had a growl from where you're sat, clear as day, and this is where Gibbsy and I have stayed in here quite a lot. Sorry. So yeah, the phenomena here is especially like the noise in the corridor, the movement, the walking up and down, knocking on the door. When we were in here again a couple of weeks ago, we were doing a live with Dan on VHX, and it was like something shoulder barged the door. I was joking and asking Jeanette to get me a Mackey's. I was hungry and I was tired, and I didn't think that would provoke anything, but it was just a massive bang on the door, and it was, okay, no, never mind, I'll get me
I
on.
won't have the McDonald's now.
I'll get me on the way home, don't you worry. Yeah, it's so, and you'll find as well, for those of you that haven't stayed, when you stay at night, it has a very different feeling.
Yeah, because it's all dark.
When it's all dark and everyone is quiet, obviously we know there's a room full of people downstairs, there's other tours going on up here, you feel quite chilled, you're like, oh yeah, I don't see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah.
But when you're sat...
Why did he put a pentagram on the floor? Because this is the room Lady Snake painted in it, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, but Brett just did that, aesthetics, just thought, I know what I'll do, and so he did.
Yeah, Lady Snake came in.
Yeah, she did. rest in peace, Lady Snake.
I've seen
but
so many in the home, so many things.
yeah,
It's
this is
amazing.
this is a cool room. It's fab. So we'll go into the museum because I'm conscious that we're trying to get the tours done before the Q&A because I know everyone will want to see them. Just watch this
Yep.
step.
Go into her. Back right side itself up. Overheated. Yeah.
Overheated.
Yeah.
Not paranormal, just
No, I've
Well.
overheated. I don't blame it.
just gotta put it away 'cause there's no point.
Wow.
Alright.
So yeah, museum. Lots of weird and wonderful artifacts here. I love those voodoo dolls. I love their eyes. I might be weird, but I'm always drawn to them. Obviously, people have donated things. The May doll is a very sort of popular one. This one just creeps me out.
It's the face.
It's like, what is, it looks like
It
its
is creepy.
head. It's
Yeah, it's so
Massive
it's
forehead.
Alright. And again, room 7 is probably similar to 4, where it is either really quiet or it is just kicking off and there's just stuff going on all the time. There's a voice that keeps being heard in it. Well, it's not heard in this room, but if the lads are watching the cameras, when people are in this room, this same male voice keeps coming through. People in the room can't hear it, but it is picked up as clear as day on the camera, and it is almost like it is nearer to the camera
Yeah,
than the
that
people
is-
in the room are.
because they don't respond to it.
Don't respond. I was one of them with a guest called Sue, and we were sat here and we were just moving. We call her Barbara, the teddy here, and there was a male voice. The radioed us and said, "You need to come here and look at this." And there was a male voice went, "Her name isn't." Across, and we were like, "We haven't heard it. We didn't respond at all." So infamous attic where Dan shimmied
Going
up and will be shimming up once more once his throat is better because he's just had his tonsils out. He shouldn't even be here today really, but you
At
can't.
least he
You
came.
can't keep them away. One of the creepiest things, that was what I was going to show you.
So that's what I
actually.
just went, what's that?
Yeah. I don't know why it's here, and
Is it pickled?
I don't know who brought it, but
Oh my god.
Is it a lizard?
yeah.
Pickled?
Well, yeah.
Or like in resin or something.
Or something, yeah.
That's just weird.
That's so
I don't
cool.
know. It's mad, isn't it? I've never, and every time I come in, I look at it in sort of awe and disgust, but I've never actually asked why it's here or where it's come from. I just go, oh yeah, it's really weird that.
It's
And by
a
the
good
time I
talking point, isn't
remember,
it?
yeah, I don't remember to ask about it ever again. So yeah, Dan will be back up in the loft. We'll try and see what's behind 5. We'll try and see if there is a sword behind that wall in 4. Yeah, and obviously I know it looks very different again in daylight, in person, than on the TV.
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
it's
right
dark
now
and
I
it is
could quite
red.
easily say, right, yeah, I'll sleep here. It's cool.
But then come at night time,
but-
like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
like,
going home.
do you know what it is? It's when you've had an experience that scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Even if it's not frightening as in like, you know, it just makes you jump
Yeah.
and you can't rationalise how that sound has been made or what has happened, then you're on edge then for the rest of the night. But I'm almost sure that when you're on edge, things know you're on edge and
Yeah.
more things happen
like
and
when I
picking
went
up
to-
on your energy or your
Mhm,
nervous
mhm.
energy. Because if you're going dead chilled, that's why Hibbsy drives me mad, when especially like him and Harry together, because they're just so like, they'll hear a scream in the corridor and they'll both go,
Yeah.
oh.
We're
Whereas
going
me, Danny, Brett, Dan will be like, oh my god, what was that? Because that's just our natural reaction.
Yeah.
But obviously that's the hall where the shadow figure was seen up the top
Yeah.
end. Always movement. No.
Someone's walking.
Stars is in 7, we're just about to leave. I'm in 7, just about to leave.
He's talking to us.
Yeah, I was just talking to myself. I'm not tech, so they give me a walkie-talkie, I don't press the button. Hello?
I could hear it. I could hear them go there.
I'm so bad. They know to keep me away from anything like this, because I'm not very good with it. So yeah, that's the building. Obviously we can't take you in room 8.
People staying tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
It's full.
It was booked
Oh,
up.
that was going to be my next question.
It was full up. It was all over the.
Oh, well,
Oh, they were
chat.
quick, weren't they? As soon as
Yeah.
people were like, oh, it's an open day, we may as well just put the investigation and stay there then.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then we
we'll be
thought,
back.
hang on a minute, we're doing a 23-hour day. By the time we go home. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
Shift
probably,
work.
there'll be loads tonight because we'll all be delirious and we're tired. but-
Yeah. Yeah, that was very interesting. I'm looking for that.
Yeah, that was the hottest room. So it's not that 8 where Grace is. What, is that where Grace is?
Yeah, Grace is in there.
Okay. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Grace. See you there.
See you tonight.
Thanks, Daz. Don't be mean.
It's hot in the room, isn't it? Oh, thank you. There's no way you can go, oh, you're in nasty. Oh.
Oh my God. We can make it happen.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
I'm sure. It's like saying, once you've been, that